the Duke Blue Devils. Vlad, we'll kick it to you first. What do you like about them, and where do you think they can go?
Well, they have arguably, like Auburn, one of the top players in the country, in Cooper Flag. Uh, I also like that they do have a supporting cast. Just if Flag were to have an off night, they have other guys that can step up and score. Um, we saw Isaiah Evans the other night. They have a couple others, Tyrese Proctor, KenPom, I think that's how you say it, something like that. But yeah, they're a well-rounded team. They don't need to rely on one guy. So I'd put them in Final Four.
Final Four? Okay, Zach, how do you feel?
They're interesting to me. I'm still I think the jury's out on them. Why I think they're fascinating is because they're a little different than some of the elite, super talented teams, like maybe of the Kentuckys of the past or Duke of the past. They like really play defense. And it's kind of like you usually don't see teams that are so young and so talented play such good defense. I actually think they're number one in the country. And
they are number one, yes.
Yeah. So they play defense, and actually they'll struggle a little bit on the offensive end more than anything. But as Vlad said with Cooper Flag, like I don't know if people were able to watch their game against Louisville the other night. In that game, like they were struggling. Louisville kind of had it on them early. They were up, not big, but they were up, at double digits. And really, when they needed it, the crowd was getting into it, and Cooper Flag just kind of took over or got to the foul line or got inside, got a bucket, and he just was able to take over the game by himself. Now, granted, Louisville is a injury-depleted team that's not very good to begin with, but they're not bad, but they're not great.
Yeah.
So, I don't – he wasn't really able to do that against Kansas, against Kentucky. I think they'll end up being in that national championship favorite category, but for now I'll stick to Final Four. But I think they can absolutely get to that title favorite with that defense. But I'm not quite there yet. Almost there. But
okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine with national or Final Four. I'm not a Duke fan at all. In fact, probably one of my least favorite programs. But I will say I'm all in on this team. If I were a betting man, I would bet them to win the national championship. Flag obviously is phenomenal. Couple of things that I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to talk myself out of it though. KenPom, obviously a good scorer, but he kind of shoots them out of games sometimes. And their two losses against Kentucky and Kansas, he was pretty bad defensively. Kind of their one bad defender they have, and kind of shot them out of the game. And John Shire, I'm not sure how much I trust him as a coach, especially because he had Isaiah Evans logging DMPs, and then he comes in the Auburn game, hits 6 threes in the first half. Like why was this 5-star guy on the bench? Not playing at all. So questions there, but I think Final Four contenders is fair.